First and foremost, before we get started, I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekah Kwadash, and double honors to those great millstone, while unto truth, and also to those elect that is scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom. Come back here today with another great, powerful lesson to spare the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And the type of day lesson is news, prophecies, and events. So I like to say shalom to all our listeners and learners. Hope to sweep you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. So before we start today's lesson, I have a few news articles that I'm going to bring out the title, and also we're going to have a few videos, to bring it out with more edification, and also the scriptures. And once again, I hope that you will get edified. So we'll start here first in news break. It says here, Dow plunges more than 1,100 points and marked its longest losing streak since 1974. So we already know that these are signs of a great economic collapse. Also a stock market collapse. So we already know that we are very close to the end of the dollar, and also coming into a new system, a new digital society, a new cashless society. Also, we know that we're approaching the end of the year, going into 2025. We already knowing that 2024, was very prophetic, and also we knowing that 2025 is going to constantly intensify. And also we already know that this will bring forth inflation, hyperinflation. So we already know that these things are constantly coming upon us. And also the Lord is going to constantly break the staff of bread, your well life, your livelihood is getting ready to change. So we're seeing that a lot of people are getting ready for these wicked holidays. They're getting ready for Christmas, they're getting ready for New Year's, New Year revolution, and so forth. All sorts of wickedness in the house of mirth, in the house of feasting, and all these things are constantly happening right before your eyes. So we're seeing right now the stock market is constantly plunging, it's constantly crashing right before our eyes. They shall throw their silver and the gold into the street. So, we already know that this fiat currency or this petrodollar is getting ready to be a thing of the past. But a lot of our people right now still are not seeing, still are not aware, not even just really right now. They're in what you call la-la land right now. They're still thinking that everything will be okay. But right now, we see it right here. Once again, Dow plunges more than 1,100 points and mark its longest losing streak since 1974. So a lot of these things they're not putting in the news. They're just saying that everything would be all right. And also we coming upon that our government shutdown. We get that in a minute. Also, it's already saying that something a governor of California has declared a state of emergency of this bird flu. So we already know what happened in 2020. This pandemic. Also we seem like it's going to be an instant repeat coming into 2025. So we already know that he's getting ready to bring forth this system. This NWO. We know we're very close. Let's get this one right quick. We're not going to read these articles, because it's going to be a lot to read. Let's get this one right here. Let's go read this title. It says here, California Governor Gavin Newsom declares state of emergency over bird flu, calling it a protective action. So we already knowing about the bird flu for some time, dealing with your chickens, your eggs. And also it said, they were saying that it's possible could it spread from person to person. Well, they saying there was a case down in Louisiana where I live at that was a very said that it was a case here. So we're gonna see how these things pick up. So talking about another plague, it could be an outbreak. So these things are constantly picking up, left and right, and people are getting ready to be eating and drinking, having a great old time. And this devil is moving in warp speed while you're sleeping. The devil is constantly getting busy. We might get a little bit of this here. I see here it said California Governor Gavin Newsom issued an emergency proclamation on Wednesday in response to a growing concern over bird flu cases in the state and across the country. Said the state of emergency proclamation comes after more bird flu cases were detected in Southern California. Derek Cowles said the governor's office stated Wednesday also saw the Center of this Disease Control and Prevention report the first severe illness in a person due to bird flu from Louisiana. Said from a Louisiana case, Salakia. So we're seeing right here that these things constantly right in front of our face. We already know it. Once again, this is another, I'm thinking that right now the test runs are over. All things are ready. I think they're getting ready to go head on with this green light. So we already know that back in 2020 with these, with that C-19, also with those hokey pokeys, we know these things are coming upon us at a fast pace. And also we know that grain of rice is right around the corner. And we're constantly warning you left and right. These things are constantly picking up. A lot of people talking about marry this, marry that. One thing about it, we coming upon some very perilous times. You know what I'm saying? We constantly seeing that these things are constantly on the uppick. And also we know that the devil is getting ready to come down with great wrath. So now it's another one I want to get about this government shutdown. If I can pull it up. This is just another one right here. It says here, this CBS News. Let's get them right quick. Just rolling in the spirit. Just a few articles I just seen. Lord already set up watchmen to constantly warn you. Even though a lot of people right now are relaxing in their leaves. And one thing about it, we don't have any time off. This is not our rest. So we got to get used to being uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, we got to constantly suffer. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, deny ourselves. The Lord suffer. We also shall suffer. But a lot of these tutors, they don't want to suffer. They're constantly, happy-go-lucky. They love their oppressor. They love this system. They love everything the way it is, this wicked, sinful kingdom. But one thing about it, the Lord's getting ready to destroy this place. So now, CBS News, it says that a government shutdown could occur on December 21st. Here, what service and payment could be impacted. Let's see. So we're seeing right here, they always constantly, right at the end of the year or right close to the end, you're talking about a government shutdown. All of a sudden, they'll let it go another 3 months or so, or whatever. You constantly seeing all this confusion. Cannot come to no type of decision. And also, we know that the President Donald Trump, I think him and Elon Musk got together. I think they want to shut this bill down for some reason, if I'm not mistaken. Could be mistaken. Let's read a little of this report. Let's read the title once again. It says here, a government shutdown could occur on December the 21st. That's just days from now. Say, here's what service and payments could be impacted. It says here, with one federal spending bill now scrapped, it said, and a revised version still up in the air, the U.S. faces a possible government shutdown that could begin at 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, December the 21st, when current funding is set to lapse. That raises questions about what type of service and payments could be impacted just days before the holiday. It says here, a looming shutdown stems from controversy over the spending bill that would have extended funding through March the 14th, but which was mixed by House Speaker Mike Johnson and some Republicans, including President-elect Donald Trump, objected to billions of dollars in spending that had been added to the bill. It says here, Tesla CEO Elon Musk, a billionaire who spent almost $300 million to back up Trump and other Republican candidates, in November election, had also voiced opposition to the spending bill, which he called terrible. said when the measure was scrapped, Musk proclaimed on X, the voice of the people has triumphed. So one thing about it, we seeing right here that Elon Musk, we knowing that he's going to play a major role in the implementing of that grain of rice, the MOTB. And also we already knowing that we see that the economy is constantly declining. We seeing that they constantly bringing forth all these, talking about these, this outbreak of the bird flu. This bird flu, like it's constantly popping up left and right. So we feel like that they're getting ready to bring it forth. It could be a lockdown, could be some type of military lockdown. So a lot of these things are coming into play. And also we know that hokey pokey is coming back into play. We know that a lot of things is coming down the pipeline. That's why we got to be prepared. And the only way you will be prepared, this wisdom and this knowledge shall be the stability of time. So we constantly warning you left and right. So you see all these different things are constantly happening. A lot of people right now are unaware, they're going on with their daily lives, talking about, it's the time to, in the season to forgiving and being happy, loving one another. We're not in that time. It's a time of war right now. You know what I'm saying? We're coming upon a tribulation period that we've never seen before. These people's in for a rude awakening. So now, let's go here to let's get a quick precept, then we'll get a few videos, and after that we'll start the lesson, and I hope that you will get edified. Let's go here. It says here, 2nd Ezra chapter 15, let's drop down to verse 49. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 49. Let's go here. It says, and then we'll get one more where we'll go to a video. Let's see here, man, I'm telling you, it's a pretty long chapter here. One moment, bear with me, we'll get there. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 49 said, so I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses, and destruction and death. So that's exactly what's coming. Who is sending this? The Lord. You know what I'm saying? He's is visiting the earth that he created. You know what I'm saying? Widowhood. So a lot of people gonna lose their loved one, through these pestilence, these famine, poverty, homelessness is getting ready to set in. The sword. The sword also goes into judgment, all sorts of the modern day sword, which in fact is the gun. All these things are coming upon us. Sedition among men, these pestilence, this bird flu, and also these other different virus. We can't hardly keep up with all of them. You know what I'm saying? It's to waste thy houses, and destruction and death. So that's exactly what's getting ready to come. And many shall be taken in a great number. We're constantly warning you left and right. So we're seeing all these things are lining up today. You already know a great economic collapse will cause poverty, will cause widowhood, famine. You know what I'm saying? Pestilence, a lot of things, all these things are constantly lining up just like clockwork, so we already know that, it says a dark forecast is ahead. It's also, we know that this bird flu is dealing with your chicken, your eggs, and also said even the milk. So we already know that, it's dealing with the food. We already know that they're going to come up with something. They're going to say this and that. We're going to have to do a recall on this. We're going to have to do this and that. So it's a lot of things that they're constantly bringing forth left and right. You know what I'm saying? We are not ignorant of Satan's device. So let's read this once again. The 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 49 says, I will send plagues upon thee, said widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses, and with destruction and death. So that's where we at right now. So the Lord's getting ready to bring it forth. Also, we know that the black horse that it's getting ready to ride. You know what I'm saying? We know we're upon it. So we are very close. Revelation chapter 6. Let's get that. I quoted that. Let's go there. A great economic collapse, also famine, pestilence. These things are coming upon us at a fast pace. A lot of people is getting ready once again to be unalive in a great number. Let's go here. Let's start at verse 4. Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4. It said, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. And out of the Bible, you know what I'm saying? This other horse that was red represent the what Esau Edom, the modern day so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. And one thing about it, we already knowing that the earth was given into his hand for a short season, and one thing about it, to that he should kill, one another, what I'm saying? One thing about it, that's death and hell follow him everywhere he go. And also we knowing that sword, is his blessing, and which in fact goes into his technology, his weaponry, and also his greatest weapon that he's getting ready to use, which in fact the Lord put the spirit on to do it, which in fact is these ICBM missiles. So we already know that things can go nuclear at any given time. So we already know that the war drums are beating, things are constantly intensifying all over the world. Which in fact these nations are preparing for war. So we see that we're very close. The wars to end all wars, which in fact is World War III. So we are very close. He's getting ready to use that great sword. The devil is getting ready to come down with great wrath. Verse 5, it said, and when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. So right now, that black horse represent famine, represents pestilence, what I'm saying? And also a great economic collapse. So that's where we at right now. Any given time, what I'm saying? A great crashing in the hill could happen, So one thing about it, we got to be watching, constantly praying without ceasing, because right now we're right upon these things, we already know that he's getting ready to perform, try to bring it forth, trying to see right now that the test run we seeing through the spirit that I feel that the test runs is over. We knowing that 2025 is going to be a whole lot worse than 2024. We seen things that we thought we wasn't going to see, but they're going to constantly intensify. So we coming upon that great economic collapse, food shortage, starvation. A lot of things are coming into play. We'll not be able to buy or sell. A lot of things are coming. Verse 6, Revelation chapter 6 and verse 6 said, and I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. So we coming upon that, it's going to be a great famine that come through the land, a lack of bread, great tribulation, great sorrow, great death and destruction is coming upon us. So we, a lot of people right now eating good right now. They're drinking good, everything is happy-go-lucky. But one thing about it, what are you going to do when you're starving? What are you going to do when you don't have a place to stay? What are you going to do when all your loved ones die right in front of your face? We're coming upon that time. But it says here, it said, see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. So this is a representation of the elect, the true believers of Yahweh, Baal Shem Yahushua. The Lord already said, my servants shall eat, they shall be hungry. My servants shall drink, they shall be thirsty. So one thing about it, the Lord is going to sustain us. The Lord is going to provide for us in those times of trouble. And one thing about it, all we must do is constantly trust and believe in Yahweh, Baal Shem Yahushua. So now let's go here and get a few video. Let's go here to let's see where I want to go first. Let's get this one here. Let's go to this one here.
And Republicans, they are still scrambling to come up with a stopgap bill to avoid a government shutdown that is less now than 48 hours away. Of course, this is after Elon Musk and Donald Trump blew up that bipartisan deal yesterday. And it's interesting because Musk has called for less government spending. But in a post on Truth Social, Trump said that aid for areas hit by hurricanes and relief for farmers is needed in this bill. And that was about $110 billion in the initial bipartisan deal. And then to further complicate matters, Trump is now demanding that the debt limit be added into this package. Of course, he just told NBC moments ago, you guys covered it, that he wants to eliminate the ceiling on the debt. We're also hearing that lawmakers are considering a potential 2-year extension. And we're going to have to see how that plan fares with Republican lawmakers. I mean, a number of them were actually hoping to use this debate over the debt limit to reduce government spending, reduce the debt. And in the past, negotiating this debt limit, it's taken months. Lawmakers lawmakers, they weren't expecting the deal to come until later this summer and to having to figure out on the debt limit. Plus, further complicating this, remember that whatever Republicans do decide to do, they're going to need Democratic support. Democrats still control the Senate. It's still up to Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer to put whatever bill they pass on the floor. If the government does shut down on end of day Friday, midnight Saturday, it's going to be millions of federal workers go without pay. And as we've seen in the past, that could impact TSA, air traffic control, really cause some issues for holiday travel. And if it goes on for weeks, as some lawmakers have suggested, to continue until Trump is sworn in, that could have a definite impact on the economy as well as millions of Americans.
This is a public service announcement. Please share this information widely. The CDC has recently reported the first severe case of H5N1 bird flu in Louisiana. This patient is currently hospitalized, but there aren't further details about this particular patient. But partial viral genome data indicates that this virus has been a part of some of the recent infections that have occurred in states such as Washington State, but also British Columbia, Canada, from poultry there. So this has been spreading from birds to humans, but we still have not seen human-to-human transmission at this time. Since April 2024, there have been at least 61 cases of H5N1 bird flu in the United States. Some ways to reduce your chances of getting sick are to avoid contact with...
Our economy is about to crash. We're about to hit a huge correction. And I wonder if Joe Biden knew this. I wonder if, Joe Biden knew that Donald Trump is more than likely going to win. And he's just going to be involved in all this careless spending. He's going to get in a tremendous amount of debt. He's going to give hundreds.
So let's go. Let's see. I think I have another one. Those right there, they was pretty good. There's something else I want to get. Let me just go here right quick. Bear with me one moment. Something else I want to get here. Let's see if I still got it. Let's see. This guy was talking about something here. Let's see. I'm trying to see, where is it at? This could be the one. This is about the bird flu, I think. I don't even know if I have it right now. Let's see. Let's get a little bit more on this. I think that should do it, though. But let's get this last one by this guy right here. Let me open it up.
Everybody, get rid of attachments now. Get rid of attachments right now. Or try to get rid of it the best way you can. Try to get rid of attachments, y'all. Because the time's about to change where anything that you attach to that makes you that make you happy might get taken away from you. It might get taken away from you. Alright, I'm just letting y'all know now, I'm keeping it real. People, places, and things, bro. They might get taken away from you, so get rid of attachments now.
So right now, it's time, right now, to get, total focus, what I'm saying, what's going on around you right now. A lot of people right now are still just, in a state of normalcy right now. And one thing about it, you got to always be looking and prepared for something that could happen. Right before your eyes, of things that you have never thought would happen to you, y'all, or something that you felt like that, hey, this is not going to happen, this is far off. But one thing about it, these things are right upon us. And one thing about it, we got to get used to being uncomfortable, or not having this, not having that. Because one thing about it, we already knowing that, in order to gain everything, which in fact, you're not losing a damn thing. It's only a test. But one thing about it is that, the Lord would test you, that straight gate, So one thing about it, in order to lose on this side, you will gain everything in the kingdom of heaven 100-fold. So the Lord is going to give it back to you 100-fold. So one thing about it, that, so we coming upon these testing times. We coming upon these times. Your faith will be tried. So now, let's go here. Let's get to one of Job chapter 18. There's one little precept I want to get out of here. So we're seeing that the light of the wicked is constantly being put out. The Lord's making Esau bear and bear, just rolling in the spirit. Let's see. Let's get this one here. We might get one more. Job chapter 18 and verse 5. Let me highlight this right quick. It says here, yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. So that's exactly what we constantly seeing right now, the light of the wicked. And not about, we don't know it about these, 1% of these, the international banker. The Lord's constantly putting that light out. You know what I'm saying? We seeing that transition of power is taking place right before our eyes. So right now, a lot of things, it's a dark forecast. It's constantly, it's hovering over, it's really in the entire earth. So the vibration is changing. So right now we know that the changing of the gods is happening. The Lord is setting down one and get ready to put up another one. So let's read this once again. It said Job chapter 18 and verse 5. It said, yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. Said the light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. So that's where we at right now. It's getting ready. The Lord is getting ready to bring him down. So we already know that the Lord is getting ready to do a new thing. The Lord is getting ready to usher in the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. Let's get in verse 7. It says here, that the steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. So that's exactly what we're seeing right before our eyes. Verse 8, it says here, Job chapter 18 and verse 8, it said, For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare or a trap. So, we already know in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. So we're coming upon that time. So we're seeing that we're in that transition of power. These things are constantly taking place left and right. The vibration is changing. We're seeing that right now we're coming upon this new year, 2025. So we're constantly measuring the time diligently. And we're seeing that right now these prophecies are lining up. We're so very excited. So let's go here to Ecclesiastes. We'll close out here. Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 8. Let's get to it here. This transition to power is exactly what we're seeing. It says here, Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 8, it said, because of unrighteous dealing, to injuries and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So that's what we're seeing right now, that transition of power. Esau is the end of this earth age, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So we're at the end of an eon, an end of an age. And one thing about it, we know that the Lord is constantly bringing it forth, the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. Our salvation is at the door. UFO sightings, once again, is all across the world. And one thing about it, he's constantly making what Esau bearer and bearer. Shameful spirit is upon his glory. And one thing about it, this nation is divided. Cannot make a decision. Talking about this government shutdown, but this is all by design. But all by design of who? Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. So the title of the daily lesson, once again, is news, prophecies, and events. So I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekah Kwadash. I like to say, Shalom, Shalom.